Mr. President, I call up my amendment 3420.
The clerk will report the amendment.
The senator from West Virginia, Mr. Manchin, proposes an amendment number 3420 to amendment number 3378.
Mr. President, I'd like to explain the amendment in lieu of having it read.
Without objection.
Mr. President, I rise today to urge my colleagues to vote in favor of my amendment 3420, and it's to the Comprehensive Addiction and Recovery Act of 2015. As my colleagues know, our country is facing a prescription drug epidemic. Every one of us in our states, all 50 of us, are having that problem, and it's a horrific problem. The CARA Act that we're working on and we're about to pass, it's a good start to addressing this crisis, which is why I'm a proud co-sponsor of it. My amendment simply does what you would think common sense would already prevail. My amendment improves the bill by helping those on the front lines of this terrible epidemic provide their communities with the information they need to help stop the spread of opiate addiction and help people seek treatment. It will better enable us to educate individuals about the dangers of opiate abuse, practices to help prevent opiate abuse, including the safe disposal of unused medication, and how to detect the early warning signs of addiction. This amendment will help us save lives by raising awareness about the dangers of prescription opiate medications, to prevent opiate addiction in the first place, and ensuring that loved ones know how to help when a friend or family member becomes addicted. We have over 2 million Americans that are addicted to opiates. Many of these individuals began the road to addiction with a seemingly innocent prescription and little or no warning about the danger from their physicians. Or it began when a friend offered a pill that they thought couldn't be that dangerous because it was prescribed by their doctor. There is simply too little understanding about the dangers of these drugs. Too many people get sucked into opiate addiction because they don't understand the risk. Likewise, the people close to them don't recognize the signs of addiction.
All time for debate has expired.
Can I have half a minute to finish?
Without objection.
Or know how to assess the resources to help their loved ones. I want to thank Senator Murray, Senator Alexander, Senator Grassley, all the people that helped me on this in considering this bipartisan amendment with a bipartisan piece of legislation. Mr. President, if we want to stop opiate addiction, we ought to start by preventing it. And that preventing it starts with information and education that people do not have today. This helps every one of us in all parts of this great country. Thank you, Mr. President. I yield the floor.